out here for a cup of tea. Lady made me a nice cup of tea and some chocky bickies, and who can turn that down? I picked up some of this morning from Tool Station because I used the satin version of this a couple of weeks ago, or last week, whatever it was, and I was quite impressed with it, so I picked up the gloss version. Originally, when we spoke about this job, they're an older couple and they wanted gloss, and when they say gloss, they mean like the traditional gloss. And I've sort of not talked them into it, but I've just sort of said, look, shall we go with the water-based stuff, because it's not going to stink your house out. You're going to be able to hold on to your banister to get them downstairs a lot quicker. And it will stay whiter, hopefully, for longer, because it hasn't got the oil in it. So they're happy with that. So it makes a big difference to me. I haven't got oil undercoat and oil gloss all over the place. I think it's important, really, because a lot of the older people, this is my experience of it, when you talk to the older people about water-based stuff, they're not keen on it because it's not something that they've used a lot. But as soon as you explain to them, they're not going to get the smells in the house, and you know, they're going to be able to touch wood a lot quicker, because obviously older people need to they rely on banisters and things, handrails, to get up and down stairs. So you don't really want it to be 2 or 3 days before they can, you know, start getting up and down the stairs comfortably. So yeah, that's the point of using that. Right, I've just sprayed the ceilings with that little Graco. I didn't film it because it just, I've filmed it so many times before, but sometimes it's just nice seeing the results. The people that live here have just gone down the shops, and they're an older couple, so I thought it's a great time just to get that done. And that's probably taken 3 or 4 minutes just to get that all done. You can see, lovely coat on it all. And the beauty is it just dries in one. You don't get none of that brush marks, and it doesn't pull out the corner of the coving. Covings are all on. That ceiling's all on up there. Walls have all had a coat. I wasn't going to film any of this, but one of my subscribers said, well, you might as well, you know, go ahead and film it. So it's not too exciting, but I suppose it's all content. So these walls have all had a roll with this. I think this colour is called Almost Oyster. I mean, I haven't touched that side yet. This side was a darker brown, so it's obviously a different colour. But I'm actually going over the top with the same colour. And I think I've told them to get too much paint. I feel a bit guilty, really. You know, when a customer says, can you tell us how much paint we need? And you think, well, I don't want to get under, so I always try and go a little bit over, or, you know, so they're not buying too much, but you will be breaking into that last tin. But for some reason, you know, when you think a job's bigger than what it is, and I told them 7.5 litres for this hallway. I've opened up the 5 litre and I've dipped out of it. I've filled my scuttle up once, and I've got a coat on everything. They're easily going to have 2.5 litres over. What I do, I just charge them a bit less. I'll buy it off them and I'll just use it for some sort of base coat, because it's not bad, really. It's not white, but it's not far off it, so it'll be a good base just to maybe blot something out in the future. So I'll knock a little bit off of that for them. Feel a bit guilty, really. Unless they're having it all the way through, who knows, because I know they was going to have the lounge done, but we're only doing the hallway at this minute, so they may even use that colour in the lounge. But anyway, yeah, that's a good old Graco again. It really is the best thing for these little ceilings. You know, these little silly areas. You don't want to get the big sprayer out for, you know, for these little silly bits. Brush and roller is okay, but if you've got that in your hand, you're laughing, really. You know, it's one spray, it's a job done. You haven't even got to do it twice on these ceilings. That is a watered down, is it super matte? Dulux super matte? It's a watered down super matte. It's gone on really nice, that, actually. That was just drying lovely. And now I can get on with a bit of glossing up there, really. So it's all going well. And I've also got to change. Let's just come in here, make sure my feet are all right. I've also got to change this door. That doesn't fit right, like it's all over the place. I don't think none of this is on right. All this door stop's all wonky. Like I'm gonna show if I shine the light down here. You can see how that kicks in. It's throwing the door out. So this has all been bodged in the past. So it's not even door stop. It's a bit of architrave. So I'll rip all this out and I'll get some proper door stop down there. Put a new door on because this door doesn't fit. It's not good, look. That's how someone's left it here for these people. Not saying I'm a martyr, not saying I've never done anything dodgy, but look, it's like clout nails in that bit of thing. It's not even a door frame, so I'm no door expert, but I know I'll do a better job than that. So I shall pick a new door up and we'll get that sorted out for them. That done. I didn't film too much of it. I'm a bit pushed for time lately. Let's turn my head torch off. Bought myself a head torch today. Like, hold on. Let's turn you around. My old mince pies ain't what they used to be, so got one of these today. It's nice. Comes off. It's got a little clip on it, so you can take it off this can take it off this thing and just clip it anywhere on you. But yeah, good for things like that, doing the locks and that. Little LED thing, just charges up like, you know, with your phone charger. And it's nice and bright, that's for sure. Got different things on it, different settings. Yeah, that's going to come in handy plastering. You know, when you're plastering in the rooms and you've got them corners and it gets really dark and you're trying to make a nice corner. That's more or less what it was for, really. Anyway, back to this door. So this frame was all over the place. This frame here was kicking in at the bottom, and it was about 1/2 inch wider than the door. Now that's a 30-inch door, so there's no way I could close it up. And the last bloke that fitted it, I don't know if he was in a rush or what, but it weren't the best job. It was all over the shop, and they were getting daylight and draft through it. So I've just sort of adjusted the frames, so there's no draft coming through it now. It's all good. I'm not the best in the world at doors, but I'm not half bad, you know, I can get away with it. So that's all back on, the lock's on, all good, all lock in, and all there. So I'm good to clear up here now. Put new doorstop on because the last bloke had used architrave and it had like a dog leg at the bottom of it, which was throwing the door out even further. So anyway, let's get it cleared up and I can give all this a prime up then. And I can cut this foam back and get the architrave back on down there, and then carry on decorating here, which I've been. This is the job I've been on all week, but it's really literally been nothing to show really. It wasn't worth filming it. It's just like you can see how basic it is. White ceilings, walls, woodwork. I bought a tin of that uni primer, the Dulux uni primer. I've heard good things about it, and one of you guys said how good it was. So yeah, I've bought a tin of that. So I've got some bits of priming to do. I've got doors and banisters to prime up. What I've done with this job is, because it's an older couple, now they've got a toilet upstairs and they've got a toilet downstairs. So what I've done is I've basically done all the upstairs and brought it down to this level. So all this has been glossed, all this side. So I've left this side so they can just come through there, use a toilet. But anyway, now obviously it changes, and now they can go up there and use the toilet now. So I've just got, I think I primed the panels on them doors yesterday. You can see they're different, but I want to prime all this with the uni primer because I was running out of that screw fix stuff, and it's okay, it does the job, but why not buy a better one if it is better? So yeah, I'm going to get on with priming all this. I may stick a primer on that door as well. I don't know, might just go straight on that with a gloss really. I was using that Crown gloss, a Crown fast flow quick dry gloss, which is there, and I'm not impressed with it, to be honest. I bought the satin the other day and that was right, but I found with the gloss it's okay when you go on your first pass, it sits on top of the primer well, but if you go on it again with a second one, it starts opening up. So that's on itself, it started to open up, and then you've got to go back and roll it in again. So I wasn't impressed with that. I won't be using that again. I should just stick to what I know really. I'm just going to start buying decent stuff from now on. That's my plan from now on. When I'm decorating, I'm not going to start buying second-rate stuff anymore. I'm going to go full expense. I'm going to price the job up for, even if it's a 50 quid gloss, 2.5 litres, you know, I'm going to go for the big ones. And if people don't go for it, it doesn't bother me. I'm fed up with decorating at the minute anyway. But I'm only going to start using real premium products. I'm going to start looking at what the best stuff is for this sort of thing, because I'm trying all different things out, as you do, because there's so many new things coming out. You don't tend to stick with like a regular, you know. Years ago you'd use a regular and that would be your go-to, because there's so many more products coming out now. You think, oh, try that one, and it doesn't always work out. So maybe it was me saying I've done, but I wouldn't think so. But that Crown quick dry fast flow gloss, didn't like it. The satin was fine, but the gloss just seemed to open up again, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but anyway, I'm going to try and use the best of the best, whatever that is. Drop it in the comments if you use a water-based gloss that's rock solid, you know, that really does the job. I've used the MSP quite a lot over the years, the BDEC stuff. The Aqua Advanced one, that always seems to be okay. I'm just reading the tin. Look, suitable for all major interior and exterior surfaces, Blocks all major stains including water, nicotine, grease and tannin bleed. Ultimate adhesion without sanding. Well, the only thing it can't do is make you a cup of tea, so this has got to be the one, isn't it? Surely. If everything it says on the tin is true, then why would you buy anything else? Just put all the architraves back down there, cull that foam away, put a little bit of cork down it and whatnot. So I'll paint that tomorrow. I'll probably just go straight on that with 2 coats of gloss really. It's all primed ready, isn't it? I don't know. Might give it an undercoat. But anyway, that's that. Well, that's that bit of the job done, the door anyway. Do you know what's good about that? Is that I thought I'd price that door in with all the decorating in there, and I thought I'd just sort of allowed a bit of time for that. And then when I looked at what my price was with the text I sent the lady, I'd priced it as a completely separate thing, so which was nice then. So it's not coming out of the profit of the decorating. I thought I'd just chucked it in as part of the deal, which is, I can be a bit like that. I can be a bit like, oh yeah, that's right, I'll do it while I'm here. And then you do that thing while you're there and you realise it's a bloody day's work. So I'm pretty pleased that I did do that as a separate day's work really. So I thought it would be fiddly because I looked at this quite a while ago and I remember looking at that door, and I think the lady said they'd had a kitchen fitter there and then he fitted that door at the end, but when I looked at it I thought, well, Jesus Christ, he must have chucked that in from a distance. And I could see the frame was all up and down, and I'm not bad at fitting doors, but I would never say I'm an expert, so I knew it would be like a fair bit of a challenge for me, but I enjoyed that actually. It was quite nice just to get it and, you know, dig the frame out, pull the frame back out a bit, you know, foam it all in, get it all nice and plumb again. Hopefully just one more day decorating here tomorrow, and then I'm on to other things. I've got so much, I'm so busy lately. And I haven't been putting many videos out this week. One is that job is such a boring job to film. It's really hard to try and create content out of, you know, just basically emulsion in ceilings and walls. I can't really talk in there either because there's an older couple in there and everything's quiet in there, and they probably won't understand what I'm doing. You know, if you start saying, oh yeah, it's from the YouTube channel, they'd probably look at you and think, I don't know what you're talking about. So I've just kept it down in there really. But also I've been doing a little bit of voluntary stuff in the evenings and weekends, which is taking up all my time. It's only for 2 weeks, it finishes at the end of this week. It's like a local theatre group thing. I've just been helping out with sound and lighting. It was just one of them conversations I had with someone, and I said, well, if you need a hand, just give us a shout. And you know, sometimes you say that sort of stuff and you think, oh, they're not going to call me, but I just said it to people like, well, I did get the shout on this one, and it's been 2 weeks of literally all my weekends and all my evenings, so I've got the rest of the week and the weekend with that going on. Where you go, mate? Come on, you little scrope. In the bottom, right, Roman. Should be back to normal next week, so thanks for hanging about if you have been. I'll try and put a little video of this out today with that door, and I would imagine that'll be it for the rest of the week. But I'm still here, I'm still about. I'm all good. I'm just mega busy, crazy busy. Anyway, I've got to get back indoors, get changed, chill out for a little bit, and then straight back out tonight for another show. It's show time. I'm not even into this theatre thing, but I'm quite into sound and lighting. But do you know what? I've gained a massive respect for anyone that does it, that does this going on stage. It's only like, you know, cheesy stuff, local cheesy stuff. But you wouldn't believe the amount of effort that goes into it by a lot of people. It's all voluntary. There's no money changing hands. It's all networking, you know, meeting a lot of people, and they say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm plaster decorator. Oh, I'll take a card off you. So, you know, it has its benefits as well. Anyway, enough waffle. It's time for coffee, and coffee and a kip before I get back out this evening. See you laters. It's showtime. Break late.